They just call it the Doak down here in Tallahassee. We're at Doak Campbell Stadium, home of the Seminoles for more than half a century. And now it's time for the coin toss. And it's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Atkins has the ball teed up, and we're just about ready to get this one started. He really got a hold of that kick. He's to the 20. Brought down at the 24-yard line. So let's see what the offense can do as they come out onto the field. Passes it, and it's picked off by the safety. Tackle right around the 42-yard line.
This safety always seems to be in the right place at the right time. It's no surprise that he comes up with the interception here.
From the 42-yard line, it's first down. He gets out to about the 42-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Throws complete, and he stopped immediately. And he's going to lose big yardage. He's tackled immediately after the catch. They lose 4 there.
That play was sort of out of sync from the start, but you have to also recognize that the defense made a great play. They read it from the get-go.
4th down. They'll line it up for a very long field goal attempt. North Carolina is looking to go up by 3. It's up. And he missed it left. No good.
Well, sometimes when you see a kick like that, the kicker is trying to compensate for a factor, maybe like the wind. And he thinks he can hook it back in. It didn't happen that time.
I'm sure the quarterback would love to make amends for that last pick.
He's got a lot of time to forget about that last pick. He's just got to stick to the game plan.
Up the middle for a nice game.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
And he tackles him hard at the 42.
They blitzed the corner that time, and it created a hole in the coverage. But that's the risk you take when you leave a receiver to rush the passer.
Almost intercepted there. Nice job getting a hand on that one.
Yeah, really good heads-up play there to get a hand on the football by the defense.
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 42. He's going left.
This is a very well-coached defense. They know to get their hands up in the air and to try to knock down passes.
That brings us 3rd and 10.
Steps out of bounds at the 34. It's 4th down. They call on the kicker for a long field goal. Florida State could take the lead with this field goal. He gets it up, and it's long enough, and he just drilled it from long range. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Carter fields it at the 2. He's to the 20. And he's tackled at the 30. Florida State's loving this crowd support, and they get it week in and week out.
Well, that's one thing they can count on every single time they play in this stadium is creating an environment that's going to allow them to play with an edge on defense. Great start to this game. Now let's see if they can just continue that.
They'll bring him down right around the 30. Gets it out quickly. Knocked out of bounds around the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. Third down.
And he's tackled right around the 44-yard line. And a nice pickup there.
I'll tell you what, the defense gambled a bit here and came with the blitz, and the quarterback showed tremendous poise by making a good read and delivered a nice ball to the open man.
And he's level at the 45. They come out in a 5-wide set. Out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
That's a gain of 2. That makes it 37.
Great job by the defense at getting after that quarterback. And right now, I think they've got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
It's away, and it's a booming punt. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. Got to give some applause to the defense. They really came out playing strong today.
Well, you know better than me, Brad. This college football game is about emotion. And to be able to play great defense in the college game, you've got to come out and play with your hair on fire. We've seen that from both of these defenses so far.
Florida State is up by 3. Fires quickly to the tight end. Brought down at the 22.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
Scrambling around. And they make the stop at about the 25-yard line. They run it for the first, and he stops.
Called a loss of 2 yards on the play. That brings us 4th and 7.
Newsom, the return man. Newsom fields it at the 39, and he's taken down at the 46. Boy, neither offense can find any kind of rhythm so far, Herbie.
Yeah, it almost feels like the two offenses are just kind of feeling their way right now, allowing both these defenses just to dominate the game.
You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. He takes it right side for a good game.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
He's on the run. Dives, and he's down. They'll get the first down.
He made the correct decision to tuck it and go. How about the big fellas up front? This line will have to continue to play like that to build the consistency to help this offense be effective.
Just like that. Just like that.
He gets out to about the 25-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
Setting up blockers, a running back's got it on the screen. He launches one to the end zone. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown. Wow, an almost impossible pass to defend, and it goes for 6.
Yep, the defense would have needed 12 guys on the field that time.
grabs the extra point. A 6-play, 53-yard drive, and they come away with a touchdown.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
So the score now, 7-3. The Tar Heels are smothering the opposition so far today. What's this offense got to do to get off the schneid?
Well, you talk to offensive coordinators about that, and they'll say we've got to find our go-to guy. Who are our players that we know we can count on, and what are the plays that we typically feel the most confident about? That's usually where the offenses tend to go when they're getting shut down there.
And down he goes at the 26. After one quarter of play, and we've got a low-scoring defensive battle on our hands. 7-3, North Carolina. Welcome back. Tight game here in the second quarter as we begin play.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Fires out to his wideout. He's tackled at the 26-yard line. So it's complete, but they didn't get much there.
And that's because the defense was just waiting on it, and they attacked. The quarterback should have found somebody else downfield.
He's taken down at the 34-yard line.
There's nothing better for a defense's mindset than to get a 3-and-out. I mean, a turnover, of course, is a positive play, and a coach will take that any day of the week. But to know you've stopped the best their offense has to offer for 3 straight plays, that's a confidence builder.
Oh, excellent punt. Gets out to about the 31. There hasn't been too much daylight between these two teams. In games like this, some players try to press too much, and that can cause mistakes. North Carolina is up 4. Fires quickly, and he's got his man. Tackle made at about the 39-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Pull it together. Mike 35, Mike 35.
He's taken down around the 41-yard line.
That's a good one. 2 yards. That'll bring us 3rd inches.
That's a great tackle at the 50.
Gain of 9 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
35's the Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, man. Check.
Makes it to the 41.
Called a gain of 9 yards. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Watch 7. Watch 7. They gonna need some therapy.
Tackle around the 33-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Mike 35,
First
Mike
down.
35. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
He gets rid of this one. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line.
35's the Mike.
He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard line. They'll bring him down at the 24. It's 4th down, and they're going to try to go for it. North Carolina holds a 4-point lead. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. First down.
And the goal line defense digging in here. He makes it to the 18-yard line.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Little handoff. The 10. What a play to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Gain of 10 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
Tackled for a loss.
There are always plays in a game of college football where momentum can be effective, and how when teams make plays like this, it can really result in future plays that become more positive for them. This could be one of those plays where they're able to create some momentum and feed off of that momentum in the future.
Play 13 of the current drive. He goes out of bounds at the 9. Big hit and a big stop right there. This should be an easy field goal. Kicks away, and they tack on 3 points.
And you got to think they're pretty happy with holding them to a field goal right there.
And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. And he got all of this one. Great kick. He's to the 20. Oh, really a defensive battle going on right now so far, Kirk.
Well, the defenses are flying around the football, doing a good job. I think both offenses are making it a little easier because of their style game plan. I think if I were the offensive coordinator, I'd take a few chances. Be willing to open it up and try to give your quarterback a chance to make a play.
With 1 quarter down, I really haven't seen too much separation between these two squads. My neck the whole way. From their own 20-yard line, it's 2nd down. Here's a screen pass, gets it to the back. The ball is loose. And who's got it? One of the defensive linemen.
Recovered by the defense.
Once the ball hits the ground, it's a matter of luck and will. And on that play, it was the defensive end who corralled it for his side.
They put some points on the board in their last drive, and they'll start this one in position to do much of the same.
The defense has their backs against the wall here. They're really going to have to get aggressive if they want to keep the offense from scoring any points here.
Looking for his man, incomplete. From the 24-yard line, 2nd down. North Carolina is up by a touchdown. Caught, and he's hit immediately. That play was going nowhere.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to the defense here, recognizing pass and swarming to the receiver.
They come out in an empty backfield. He steps out at the 16-yard line.
That'll make it 4th and 2.
So the field goal unit is on the field. They'll try for 3 points. The kick is up, and it's good. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. Excellent kick. He's to the 20. Tackle made at the 25-yard line.
I think this defense has played well enough to be able to win this game, obviously. But at some point, you'd love to see their own offense feed off of some of the confidence that their defense is playing with, because up to this point, the defense is keeping them in the game, but the offense isn't quite doing enough to be able to build on that lead.
Wants it all, going deep. And he hauls it in at the end of that long ball. To the 10. Touchdown, huge play. Wow, how about that call to the tight end? Big payoff.
Well, the offensive coordinator has wanted to incorporate this young player into their passing attack, and he couldn't have picked a better time to get him the ball.
It makes for an easy completion when you've got a guy who's that wide open. To draw within a field goal. And he converts the extra point. Florida State is lining up to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. He's to the 20. They'll bring him down at the 26. The Tar Heels offense normally predicated with the ground game, but today it's the passing game that's working for them.
It's been a big surprise, Brad. I mean, we all expected to see this star running back have a big game, but it's been nice to see the versatility of this offense and see this passing game step up.
And he's tackled right away.
Looks like the defense played the run that time. With this offense, you've got to be ready for a pass on any down in any situation.
North Carolina holds a field goal lead. And he's sacked.
The protection broke down. The defense was in the backfield in a hurry, and they brought the quarterback down. Nice play.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long. Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. Quick throw, and he's tackled at the 39-yard line.
The quarterback and his receiver make a great play here and convert on an early down.
North Carolina's out of timeout. Let's see if the quarterback heaves it up there and one of his guys can come down with it. Under pressure. Slings it out there incomplete. Fourth down, and the offense is still on the field. Wants to go long and does. Oh, he had a shot at the pick. So at the end of the half, the Tar Heels lead 13-10.
Glad to have you with us in the studio for the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis and David Pollack here, completely locked in on that first half. What a terrific first half. This is everything we anticipated this game being, and we're going to be riveted to this game, I feel like, David, in the second half, anticipating a terrific finish.
It's fun. It's living up to the hype every single time. We can't even turn the channel here. We got it on the big screen, on the big 60-inch. Yes, it's quite nice, by the way, too. The weather's nice and warm. It's beautiful. Got some chips. We're opening them up a little bit. But great game, living up to the hype. It definitely feels like both teams are evenly matched. It feels like it can go either way. It feels like it's going to come down to the wire. And the only thing I hope it doesn't come down to is a kicker. Please don't come down to a kick in the end. Both these teams playing great D, playing great O, physical, pounding on each other, making big plays. Don't come down to a finesse kick by like a soccer player, please.
We've done what we can do here at halftime. Time to get you back out to the second half. We'll keep an eye on everything going on in college football. Brad Nessler and Kirk Herbstreit ready with a call.
Welcome back to the action. Second half just about set to begin, and we got a tight game here. Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. They're ready to begin another drive. North Carolina has a 3-point lead. Gets to about the 27-yard line. Completes it, but he can't shake the defense.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 3.
Quick out to his receivers.
Oh, that's one of those plays where the wide receiver is expected to make something happen after the reception, but the defense wasn't giving up anything.
get this one off, and it's a beauty. He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard line. There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. And they'll bring him down behind the line.
I think a corner loves to have a chance to come up and make a play in the run game. So often they get labeled as just great athletes, and they just want to be involved in the passing game and being able to defend a receiver. Here, you see an attitude from this corner as he comes up, reads the play, and makes the play in the backfield.
And he's hit before he can go anywhere. Catches it, gets out of bounds. They just inch past the marker.
Yeah, it looked like he got it just by the nose of the football.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
That brings up second and 5.
Quick, quick, quick.
Nice run there as they work the outside.
That's a deep 6 yards. That's good enough for another FSU first down.
Decent run here, right side.
That makes it second and 6.
He has some room. And he gains around 3 on that keeper.
Boy, the senior linebacker's experience really showed on that run. He sniffed it out perfectly and made the tackle.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. And he's going to be sacked for a loss.
Loss of 4 yards on the play. That brings us 4th and 7.
Let's see if he aims for the sideline and tries to get this thing down deep in their own territory. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. They're set to go for another round.
6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls.
North Carolina is up a field goal.
Check. Dancer.
Quick pass. He's brought down in the open field.
Number 18 with the tackle at the 30-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
Fires out quick. It's picked off. To the 20. The 10. Touchdown, Florida State.
Great job here by the defender breaking on the ball and taking it to the house. Man, those pick sixes can really hurt an offense and have a lasting impact.
He makes the PAT. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He'll take it from the 2. He's to the 20. He wasn't breaking that tackle. What a hit.
Boy, this is a competitive game. It's fun to watch these two teams go back and forth. Just when you think one team has the edge, the other gets right back into it. This is exciting.
It's going to be interesting now to see if this quarterback can put that last throw behind him.
Brad, it's very important with this offense, put that last possession behind them and just focus on trying to put together some positive plays right now and see if they can put a drive together.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
They come out in a 5-wide set. They go right, and he's tackled behind the line. It's 3rd and 5. Ball on the 31. Brought down at the 40-yard line.
Gain of 9 yards. First down.
35's the mic.
And he tackles him hard at the 42-yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8.
He's scrambling. He's wrapped up for the sack. They'll line it up again on 3rd down. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Nice pitch and catch for the first down. He's pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
I like the call here by the defense to bring the heat with the outside linebacker. It was just a better call by the offense, and that's why it's a first down.
He steps up. Fires to his tight end. Nothing doing. This is the 8th play of this drive.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Up the middle for a nice gain.
Gain of 7 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 3.
And they get nice yardage on that run.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Got it, son. 35's the mic.
He's out of bounds around the 28-yard line.
Call it a gain of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Makes it out to about the 16. So at the end of 3, FSU leads it 17-13. Into the 4th quarter now, and we're back to the action.
35's the mic.
The 10. He gets out to about the 8.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
He makes it out to maybe the 7-yard line. Touchdown, and that puts them on top. So they go to the air, and they come away with 6, Kirk.
Man, Brad, I got to tell you, that's not an easy thing to do there. The defenses nowadays are so tough when you get inside the red zone.
Trying to go up by 3, they'll kick the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. A 14-play, 74-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
He's to the 20, and he's tackled at the 26-yard line. Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Tackled after a decent pickup. And they make the stop at the 45-yard line.
That was a really nice play on the ball by the receiver for a substantial gain and a first down.
He's taken down around the 32-yard line. And down he goes at the 24-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
And he's level at the 12. There's a flag down, and it looks like this one's coming back.
Personal foul. Clipping. Offense.
That penalty drives them back, and they're shooting themselves in the foot here.
Well, if they could just keep their concentration, they'll avoid situations like that.
2nd and 5 now after the penalty.
Reset, tight line. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
Brought down after a nice run up the middle. Slings it, and he shoved out of bounds at about the 13. They'll bring him down at about the 5-yard line.
That makes it 1st and goal.
Less than 3 minutes in the game. He gets rid of this one.
You know, when you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you want to do is just to throw the ball into coverage. He got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time, he should just throw it away out of bounds.
From the 5-yard line. 2nd down. Nice run up the middle.
That's a gain of 4 on the way. That makes it 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, and that's going to give him the lead. Nice run and a score by the halfback.
And a nice call by the coach there. Just give it to your main man anytime you're near the goal line.
Good touchdown run there and a 4-wide receiver set. He splits the uprights with the extra point. So an 11-play, 62-yard drive, and it results in a touchdown.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on its heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
Carter fields it at the 1, and he's taken down at the 26. It's no surprise seeing this guy having another nice game.
You're right, Brad. And I'll tell you what, I think there are going to be a lot of offensive coordinators that are going to have a big sigh of relief when this kid finally graduates. And I'll tell you, Brad, I think he's just so big and athletic. He's just a nightmare for this offensive line. They just cannot do a very good job of sustaining blocks against him.
You know the crowd is going to be amped up for this defensive series. Things aren't tied, but they might as well be. It's this drive that could really dictate the tone for the last quarter. Setting up blockers or running backs, got it on the screen. Tackle made around the 49-yard line.
Call it a gain of 23 yards. 1st down.
And he throws it away.
Great job by the defense of getting after that quarterback. And right now, I think they've got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 49. Just over 2 minutes in the game. And he throws right away. Incomplete. Almost picked off.
Man, I don't know if this quarterback misread the defense or just made a poor decision, but that wasn't a pass he should have thrown.
Fires out to his receiver. He's tackled at the 21-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
And he can't get away from the pressure. And he throws it away. So another 3rd down here, and this time it's 3rd and long. He heaves it to the end zone. He almost had it, but it's incomplete.
Brady drops the ball here. I don't know if he's starting to peek downfield and think about the return or what, but that ball's right in his hands. He just dropped it.
5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun. Throws complete. He's got room to work. And he's tackled around the 12-yard line.
It's always a gamble going for it with so many yards to come up with. But when you're behind, sometimes you have to take risks to get back into a ball game.
You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. He's out to the 30. He gets to about the 34-yard line. North Carolina is going to use their first time out of the half here. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 34. Just under 2 to go in the game. Runs right for a nice gain. Corbin gets 6 yards on the carry. The Tar Heels are going to call their 2nd timeout. He's at midfield. He makes his way to about the 48.
I think the defense put everything into that sequence of plays, and for the offense to come up with a 1st down really is demoralizing for the defense.
They try the right side. He's at the 40. And he's taken down at the 29. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 29. Here's the halfback. And he's tackled after positive yardage.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
We should just see the quarterback take a knee right here, winding down the rest of this clock. He'll go down to 1 knee. And the ball game's over. The Seminoles get the victory, 24-20.
The Tar Heels 20.
For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit, this is Brad Nessler saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.